Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all having the most amazing day, and it's almost Christmas, so who's excited? I'm really excited. We put the Christmas tree up on Monday, so 2 days ago, and I'm in the Christmassy mood right now. I'm ready to go Christmas shopping. My sister made some mince pies and I just had such a good start to Christmas because obviously last year with Corona, I didn't really spend any time with my family because they were isolating due to them being little oldies. But yeah, it was a really nice time putting up the Christmas tree, and today's vlog is gonna actually be, well, I filmed it back in October. And at the time, I hadn't started YouTube. My plan was to film that video, pop it up, but I just went through a really kind of bad mental spell where I wasn't in the correct headspace to start anything new. I was just focusing on getting through it. So now I am going to be posting the old footage, but then answering the Q&A that I actually posted on my Instagram today in present time. So it is the 8th of December today. I filmed this video back in October. So you're going to see me getting a non-surgical rhinoplasty. And the reason that I decided to get this treatment was because I've always been really insecure about how my nose looks. I've never liked it, to be completely honest, and for me, I just like to have full transparency when using Instagram, YouTube, social media. I don't want to come across and just pretend that I've never got any treatments done when I have got treatments done. And I do think, you know, if you have insecurities, there is nothing wrong with treating them and, you know, doing something to make you feel more confident. Especially, you know, with my job, I am on camera a lot, so I want to feel confident when I'm speaking, and it's something that I've always been so insecure of. If you will have followed me, you know, 2-3 years ago, I never even, you know, filmed myself with my face showing. I'd always like take a picture, like pretend you're the camera, I'd take a picture like this or like this because I didn't want my nose to show. So it was something that really stopped me from doing what I wanted to do. Like if I wanted to film content for Instagram, I wouldn't do it because I felt so self-conscious about my nose and what people would think of it. So yeah, I decided to get this done a year ago. It was the best thing I have ever done. It's something I wanted done for a while, and I always wanted to get a full nose job, but the problem with getting a full nose job is it has a lot more risks to it. It's obviously a very, you know, serious procedure, and you have to have a lot of downtime, well, not loads, but more than a non-surgical. So I just thought I'm going to try this, see how it makes me feel. So I got the treatment done last January and I absolutely loved it. I think I almost cried when I saw it because I don't know how to explain it, but they inject filler into certain points, and then what it does is it like changes the shape of your nose, but it makes it look smaller. So they add more and it makes it look smaller. It's magic, really. That's why I decided to get a non-surgical one, just because I didn't want to have the risk factors associated with a normal nose job. Of course, once you've had surgery, it is permanent, whereas this is non-permanent. The filler does dissolve, you know, you can have it redone, or if you don't like it, you can have it completely dissolved. So that's why I decided to go for that. That being said, I'm not gonna lie, I probably would consider getting a full nose job in the future because my body, I feel like my body processes filler a lot faster than a lot of people. So I have to have it done a bit more frequently, and also because you have it done and then it gradually decreases and the filler comes off your nose, it's something you have to keep getting topped up. So it is a cost that you have to keep paying out for, but it is certainly a cost that is well worth it for me. I always think investing into yourself and investing into your confidence is a good use of money, personally for me. And me doing this video, it doesn't mean you need one. It is just simply my experience, what my decisions were, and I want to share the process of me having this procedure done. So if it's something you've been considering, it gives you some good information as to why I chose it, where I went, the cost, and of course as well, with any medical procedure, please go to a medical place. Do not go to a beauty salon which is doing £20 Botox. Do not go to someone who hasn't been qualified. This is a serious procedure. It involves needles, it involves product, and I have seen so many individuals go to salons and have botched results. So the place I went, they are all medically qualified, they are absolutely amazing, and I cannot recommend them enough if you are thinking of having any procedures done. I know the hardest thing for me was picking someone to go to. I'm going to go through where I went in a second. I found her work about 3 years ago and I screenshotted them and I was like, this is where I'm going to go, this is where I'm going to get my nose job. And then like 3 years later, I finally went. So it wasn't something I did on a whim. I've been considering this for years on end. I hope you guys enjoy the footage. This is me traveling to Liverpool, which is where the clinic is at. This is where I got the procedure done. So there is going to be a needle, so needle warning for any of you who do not like needles. And then after you've watched the video, I will be back and I will be going through the Q&A. So yeah, enjoy. So I've just got my low calorie hot chocolate, but to be quite honest, I don't even think it's low calorie anymore because I put about 10 teaspoons in. Also, has anyone tried these biscuits? Because they are so good. I dip like 2 or 3, maybe 4 of my hot chocolate every morning. Because that's what I had last time. It's just that little bit of a tip that's a bit beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we need. Amazing. And we're back. Hope you guys enjoyed that little clip of me going down to Liverpool and getting the procedure, the non-surgical rhinoplasty. As you can see, the clinic is beautiful. I was happy the whole time. You can see me laughing. It is a fairly quick and straightforward-ish procedure. Also, another disclaimer, I'm not a medical professional. I don't actually know what I'm talking about. Sorry, that's off the Cinzia and Sophia podcast. Not a medical professional. I'm just talking about my personal experience and all of that. So, first question was, does the procedure hurt and do you get numbed? So as you can see in the video, I didn't really look like I was in that much discomfort. I've had this procedure done twice now. So the first time I got it done, I would say it was potentially a little bit more painful just due to the fact that it was a slightly longer procedure. After you've had it done once, you still keep and retain some filler. It doesn't all completely dissolve, and everyone's bodies react and break down filler differently. So for me, my body processes filler pretty fast because I've had my lips done, and honestly, I get them done and it's like, boom, they're gone again. So yeah, that's what I was going to say there. So essentially the first time it probably hurted a little bit more. What they do is they pop numbing cream all down your nose and they leave you there for about 20 to 30 minutes to let it really, really numb. You are obviously getting injected with a needle, so there is going to be some discomfort, but for me the discomfort was well worth it. You know, I've got a very high pain threshold, to be quite honest. Like I can take a lot of pain. So for me, it was just a bit stingy on the tip, so it hurted there. But that was really it. It just feels like something's slightly scraping your bone, which is a bit gross. And what I was going to explain as well is what I didn't like about my nose. I'll run you through it. I didn't like this part of it. So before, when I didn't have filler in, it's slightly like curved that way, and it was a bit droopy on the tip, and it was like deviated, like my nose was like this, but like that, but smaller obviously. So Dr. Eustra just filled in this bit here and she lifted the tip very slightly. So that's what she did. So yeah, it's not that painful, otherwise I don't think many people would have it done. I don't have a fear of needles either, so that probably made my life 10 times easier. Next one, how much was the procedure? So it cost, I just looked on the website for this one, it cost £595. That is just the price they quote on the website, and that's how much mine was personally. So when you are going to get a procedure like nose filler, lip filler, whatever it is, you aren't paying for just the product, you're paying for that person's expertise, that person's knowledge, that person's, you know, medical, like they've trained in that for years. So just a word of advice, if you're looking at getting filler done and it's cheaper than £100, don't freaking go. It will probably be dodgy black market stuff with a person who's had about 2 months training, people who are professional and they are like, they know what they're talking about. They never really do discounts. So if someone's got a massive discount on, you probably know that isn't the best place to go to. Anyway, moving on. Next question was, where did you get it done and how did you choose the place? So I went to a clinic called Dr. Eustra's clinic, and that is in Liverpool. I just decided to get the train down there, and I decided the clinic by, how did I decide it? I essentially found them ages ago. So I saw Dr. Eustra's work and I was like, wow, this is insane. She is so good at what she does. I loved everything that she was standing for, that her work was about. She was all about natural adjustment. Nothing was ever like a Kylie package or like, you know, when they just insert so much filler which isn't needed. Whenever they do a procedure, they really assess whether you need it. Everything they say and do, it is based on your best interest. It's never for the money, if that makes sense. I was following them probably for about 2 years prior to actually having it done, looking at their work, making sure it was something that I liked. It was also making sure that they were qualified and that they had the right expertise to do the procedure, because if you go to someone who is not qualified and who hasn't got medical experience or qualified medically, you could be at risk of very, very serious complications. So always make sure whenever you are looking for a practitioner, if it's something that you are considering and you want to get done, please do your research. Please make sure that you like the results they produce, that they are qualified and they know how to deal with potential, what's what I'm looking for? That thing where it goes wrong. Complications, thank you. Make sure they are able to deal with complications, because people who do not have any medical qualification, what happens is, essentially, if you get filler in your face, there is a risk of something called, okay, this is where I'm doing the disclaimer, I'm not medical, I'm giving what I've learned from my own research. If you inject filler into your face and it goes into the wrong part, you can have a risk of something called a vascular occlusion. I think this is correct. And essentially it's where the blood flow can't get to the tissue and the tissue dies. And for you to be able to dissolve the filler, you have to be able to prescribe medication. And you can only be able to prescribe medication if you are in the medical field. So a dentist, a nurse or a doctor. Or it might just be a dentist and a doctor. I'm not sure if nurses can prescribe or not. So those people who go to clinics where they are not medically qualified, if they have a serious complication, they cannot deal with you. They will have to send you to a hospital or someone else who can deal with it. So for me, it's about going somewhere safe, going somewhere where you like the work, and going somewhere that feels like a good fit for what you want. So for me, I would never go to a place that does like Kylie packages or crazy massive Russian lips. I would always go to a place that looks pretty natural, and especially Dr. Eustra, she really looks at your face and she assesses what you need. So she would never tell you to have something that wasn't needed. I also go to another lady there called Dr. Emily for other procedures, and she is equally as amazing. I just went to Dr. Eustra for my nose. How long does the procedure take, and do you need to take time off work to recover? So unlike your surgical rhinoplasty, your non-surgical, you literally have virtually no downtime. Like, I walked out and if you saw me, you wouldn't have known I'd had anything done. After it, it's a bit sore, so typically you're quite swollen. So like when you move your face, it feels a bit weird. Like I remember for the first few days, I couldn't really smile because it was like lifting my tip of my nose. So I would say, you know, you don't really need that much downtime. They recommend that you don't do any vigorous exercise for about 2 weeks post filler. I would say 2 weeks is when all the swelling has subsided and you should be left with the final result. And that's another reason why I chose to have a non-surgical over a surgical. I didn't want to have a lot of time off training and off work, and obviously you're completely bruised, you're battered. So yeah, I mean, if I have that done in the future, I don't know if I will have it done. I've not decided. I would say it's not like your lips, like when I've had my lips done before. I wish I could find, let me try and find a picture. My lips, oh my God. They were literally like this. My sister and her boyfriend picked me up from the place I used to go to. They were like, Lydia, I looked ridiculous. And in terms of how long does the actual procedure take, you can see on the video, it honestly took her about 10 minutes. So she does the injection points, she checks what you would like to achieve with this procedure. And then from there, she injects your nose, she checks you're happy again, and that is literally it. I was probably there for around about an hour and a half, and that is just simply because you come in, you sit in the waiting room. It's so lovely there. Honestly, I cannot recommend that clinic enough. The staff are absolutely lovely. You come in, you're offered like a tea, you will then be taken through to another room where you get like numbing on your face, and you'll sit and numb for a little bit, and then you'll be taken through to Dr. Yustra or whoever is doing your procedure. And then you're injected, and yeah, and then you're done. So I would say about an hour and a half total, for an hour to an hour and a half, but that's just because they are very, like, they're very chilled. They don't rush you, then you don't feel like you need to get in and out. It's very like, take your time, it's gentle, it's easy. I remember when I was there previously, Dr. Yustra went out for a sec and she put on like a meditation. She's so lovely. She's such a good person. I need a drink. So that is everything, guys. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, please do drop them below. And as well, I hope this helps those who have potentially been considering getting any aesthetic works. I don't think it is necessary, but for me, as I said at the start, if you have an area of insecurity that's causing you issues, I personally do not see any issue with that. In the same way you would go to a gym to, you know, change different parts of your body, like grow your glutes or look thinner. You can't do that with your face. So for me, it's an investment into feeling happier, more confident. It has certainly helped me like massively with my confidence, because this was really a big area of concern, and in the future I might get more work done, I might not, but I just want to be fully transparent on this channel and let you know that I have had stuff done. It makes me happy, and do what makes you happy. And if there's anyone who hates on you for getting work done that makes you happy, tell them to F off. Not their life, not their problem. Do what makes you happy. I will close this thing off. Have a fabulous rest of your days. Enjoy this lovely Wednesday, disgusting weather, and I will catch you in the next vlog.